On this lesson, we're going to begin adding gradients to our shapes. So once we have our shapes built, what we're going to do is go to your layers and let's unlock the layer. And I'm going to move it to the side, and then I'm going to double click on that little thumbnail again, and I'm going to actually uncheck template and hit OK. And the reason why I'm doing this is that I need to see the colors, and I'm gonna lock the layer again so I don't accidentally move it. And what I want to have the 100% opacity is to sample the color. So what I'm going to do is actually flip the stroke and the fill. So I have a shape that is filled, and I want to select that gray color. So I'm gonna go to my eyedropper tool or press I on my keyboard and then click on the photo to get the same gray that my photo has. So I'm going to just click on my swatch and drop it on my swatches window. And that way now you have it on your swatches. And if you don't see the window swatches, just simply go to window swatches. Now I can sample another color, for example this darker gray or this lighter gray, and just simply click on it and drop it on my swatches. Now I can go to my gradient window and let's apply the gradient to my shape. And again, if you don't see the gradient window, just go window gradient. So let's just simply apply the gradient just as it is. And now let's drag and drop those grays that we just sampled before and see how they are looking. Now what you can do is take one, and just remember that if you press shift you can go to your HSB mode or the mode that works for you, and let's just increase the brightness a little bit so it's lighter, actually the color, a lighter gray. Now we can go to our gradient tool and move it. So we move the angle, and you can see how I did it manually, and move around the colors a little bit. So what we want to recreate is how there is a little shadow right there, and how it goes all the way to a lighter color, just as it is on the picture. So once you have that, select your shape and go right click, arrange, send to back, or you could use the shortcut Ctrl Shift open bracket. Now let's select another shape and go to our eyedropper and sample the gradient that you just created before. Now I'm going to change the gradient because right now it's just using the gradient that I had before, and change the angle. And as you can see, the real thing that you have to take from this is that I'm changing the angle based on the light of my photo. So as I have said before, I'm doing a crane, but I know that you're probably doing a very different shape, a very different piece of origami. So try to see where the light is coming from and where the shadow is coming from. So right now you can see how I have that right there, and I can keep doing it a little bit brighter or a little bit darker so it resembles the photo. So for now I have something like this, and now I don't think it should be that dark, sorry. So I'm just adjusting my values right there, and I can go to our gradient tool and move it around so the colors are exactly where I want them to be. And now that I have that one, I can see that there is a darker shadow right there. So to create that one, I'm going to go to my pen tool or press P on my keyboard and just make that shape that I just saw right there. And you can see how, because the last thing that I was filled with a gradient now is filled with a gradient. And just go to your transparency window, and if you don't see that window, again go to window, transparency, or press Ctrl Shift F10. Now here I'm going to change the mode to multiply, and you can see the difference right there. And another thing that I want to do is change the gradient. So I'm going to go to my gradient or to my gradient tool and just change the rotation so that the black colors are there. Let's remove because I only need 2 steps. And I'm going to change the opacity to maybe something like 50. Or actually a little bit less. And you could also go to your transparency and change the opacity of the whole shape to something like 30 or maybe 50. And now what I'm going to do is select my shape and then go to Edit, Cut, or you could use the shortcut Ctrl X. Now select the shape that where the shadow is going to be. Go here to your tools and find the Draw Inside mode. And you can see how I have this dash line around, and go to File, to Edit, Paste in Place, or you can use the shortcut Ctrl Shift B. And you can go to Draw Normal again, or just double click outside those dash line, and you can see how now it's masked on that shape. And you could use your direct selection tool to click on it, on the shadow, and actually in this case I am adjusting my shape and also increasing a little bit the opacity. So in the next lesson we're going to keep working on the rest of the crane.